One of the most important parts of Phase 2, preparation and planning, is developing an investigation roadmap and making sure the right resources are available to support the investigation. Think of the roadmap as the investigation's game plan. Before investigators start interviewing witnesses or collecting evidence, they need a clear picture of where they're going, how they're going to get there, and what resources they'll need along the way. A common mistake made by inexperienced investigators is jumping straight into interviews without a plan. While that may seem productive, it often leads to wasted time, missed evidence, and confusion. A well-designed roadmap helps investigators stay focused and organized while ensuring that the investigation remains fair, efficient, and legally defensible. The first step in building the roadmap is establishing clear objectives. Investigators should work with stakeholders, such as human resources, senior management, or legal counsel, to determine exactly what the organization is trying to accomplish. Are we trying to determine whether misconduct occurred? Are we identifying who is responsible? Are we gathering information to support disciplinary action, corrective measures, or policy improvements? Having clear objectives provides direction and helps everyone stay aligned throughout the process. Once the objectives are established, the scope of the investigation must be defined. The scope sets the boundaries for what will and will not be investigated. Without clear boundaries, investigations can quickly become distracted by unrelated issues. Investigators often refer to this problem as scope creep. For example, while investigating an allegation of theft, an investigator may discover concerns about poor attendance or performance. While those issues may deserve attention, they should usually be addressed separately rather than allowing the original investigation to drift off course. After defining the scope, investigators begin developing working theories or hypotheses. This doesn't mean deciding who is guilty before the facts are known. Rather, it means identifying possible explanations that can be tested through evidence gathering. Instead of interviewing everyone in the organization, investigators focus their efforts on the people, records, and events most likely to help answer the key questions. As new information emerges, these initial theories can be adjusted or replaced. The roadmap also establishes the sequence of investigative activities. Investigators need to decide what evidence should be collected first, which records should be reviewed, and who should be interviewed. In many cases, neutral witnesses are interviewed before key witnesses or respondents. This allows investigators to gather background information before speaking with individuals whose actions are under scrutiny. By the time the respondent is interviewed, investigators are often in a much stronger position to test explanations and identify inconsistencies. Another important part of the roadmap is establishing milestones and timelines. Every investigation consumes time, money, and organizational resources. Setting target dates helps maintain momentum and allows management to monitor progress. While investigations rarely unfold exactly as planned, milestones help ensure that the inquiry continues moving forward and does not become an endless project. Of course, even the best roadmap will fail without the right resources. That's why resource planning is equally important. One of the first considerations is identifying the people who will be involved. The investigator must have the appropriate skills, experience, and objectivity for the type of case being examined. A harassment investigation may require expertise in trauma-informed interviewing, while a fraud investigation may require a strong understanding of financial records and accounting practices. Some investigations also require specialized experts. For example, a digital forensic examiner may be needed to recover deleted emails or analyze computer activity. A forensic accountant may help trace financial transactions in a fraud case. Workplace violence consultants may assist in assessing threats and safety concerns. Legal counsel may also be consulted to ensure compliance with legal requirements and to help manage risk. For larger or more complex investigations, organizations may assemble specialized teams. A workplace violence investigation might involve a threat assessment team, while a cybersecurity incident may require a computer incident response team. The goal is to bring together the expertise needed to address the issue effectively. Technology is another critical resource. Modern investigations generate large amounts of information, and managing that information efficiently is essential. Case management software can help investigators organize documents, track evidence, maintain timelines, and monitor investigative activities. Digital forensic tools may also be needed to preserve and analyze electronic evidence in a manner that can withstand legal scrutiny. Investigators should also think about practical tools and equipment. Something as simple as a digital recorder, camera, evidence bags, or secure storage location can make a significant difference in preserving evidence and maintaining proper documentation. These resources are often overlooked until they're urgently needed. Logistics also play an important role. Investigators need private meeting spaces where interviews can be conducted confidentially and without interruption. Interview locations should be neutral, comfortable, and away from the general workforce whenever possible. This helps participants speak openly and reduces the risk of workplace gossip or speculation. Budget planning is another essential consideration. Every investigation represents an investment of organizational resources. Experienced investigators understand that it is much easier to secure necessary funding before the investigation begins than to request additional resources halfway through the process. Proper planning helps avoid delays and ensures the investigation can be completed effectively. Finally, the roadmap should address legal and risk management considerations. The investigation team should agree on the standard of proof that will be applied, which is typically the balance of probabilities in workplace investigations. They should also establish procedures for protecting confidential information, securing evidence, and maintaining proper documentation. In some situations, the organization may also need to consider interim measures while the investigation is ongoing. This could include temporarily reassigning employees, restricting access to certain systems, changing reporting relationships, or placing an employee on paid administrative leave. These measures are not intended to determine guilt or innocence. Instead, they are designed to protect employees, preserve evidence, and maintain workplace safety while the investigation proceeds. Ultimately, developing an investigation roadmap and identifying resource needs is about preparation. The more thoughtfully an investigation is planned, the greater the likelihood that it will be efficient, focused, fair, and successful. A strong roadmap provides direction, while the right resources ensure that the investigation has the tools and support necessary to reach a credible and defensible conclusion.